field last week. This week we have another guest. You may know this sister. She is an expert in her field. So check it
Good
out.
morning. Thank you, man, for joining us on this afternoon. We are just delighted to have another expert who will come in and share some insight around what's going on in the world. Go ahead. I just said your name, but I know some of the kids may not know what you do, Sister Deidre. So I would love for you to share that with the kids as well.
Hey, Southside youth. I am Sister Deidre Frazier. I have been working with you guys sometimes. So a lot of you guys know me, but some of you guys who don't know me, I'm Sister Deidre Frazier. And when I'm not at church working with you guys, I actually am a psychologist in my other life. So I work with children. I work with kids, I work with families, and I just kind of help them with any types of problems that they're having to learn how to work through their feelings and solve their problems in a healthy way.
Wow. How long have you been doing this, Sister Deidre?
I have actually been doing this for 12 years. And I actually started off, I was working in schools. So I was working in elementary schools, junior high schools. And then after working in the schools for maybe 5 years, and I went out and I opened up my own office. So now I have an office where people can come and talk to me privately.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. So you guys, you see, this is we got some great resources around the church, and Sister Deidre is definitely one of those guys. So I just wanted to bring you in, Sister Deidre, and just help us with the kids. We've been talking about spiritual emotional intelligence for a few weeks now, probably a few months now. And I just want to lean on your expertise, right? Because we are, like I said before, we are sitting in four of the biggest traumatic events in history. With the climate change and the things that were going on, had 4 hurricanes just to hit the Gulf Coast this year, the recession, racial tensions are going on, and then this crucial pandemic. So what can you just give the young people some advice on around dealing with some of those issues? And are those issues, would they affect young people?
Well, actually, I think that's a great question. I'm glad that you guys are having this series. It's very helpful to learn as a little kid how to deal with your emotions so that when you grow up as an adult, you'll already kind of have those skills. So in regard to, just the stress of everything that's been going on, I actually do believe that, this is a more emotional time for a lot of kids, just in general with everything that's going on, because one of the things that we know is that kids really thrive off of routine and kind of knowing what to expect, knowing what their schedules are going to be. Even adults, like, we thrive off of knowing what our routines are. But now there's been like a sudden change in our environment, and it can be very stressful. In today's society, the sudden changes that are occurring right now, they're so vast and they're so widespread that we're all actually experiencing these effects at the same time. So this is something that most of us have never really experienced in our lifetimes. Like you're saying, we have a pandemic going on, we have racial conflicts, we have economic stress, all types of things. And so most of the time when we experience a change, it's like a personal thing. Like maybe we moved to a new city, or like maybe we changed schools, or maybe our parents went through a divorce, or our dog died, or anything. Like it's mostly like a personal thing that stresses us out. Yeah. But now it's like a collective like stressor that's happening in the whole entire world at the same time. So this can definitely take our stress to a whole nother level.
Wow. And I love the way you put it, that it's individuals, it's a collective stressor versus an individual. So some of the kids are not used to communicating, and especially parents. And I'm gonna just put it out there, our culture is not used to allowing kids to just have open dialogue. So talk to me, how important is that? Because not only are the 4 big stressors we talked about, but also, with social media can be a big thing with kids going on right now. So, and then not even having their classmates and friends to talk to on a regular basis. Like how can we open up those doors of communication for the kids to be open, and then for the parents to be open as well?
Okay, that's a great question. Yeah, I do think that sometimes a lot of us, we kind of suffer in silence, meaning that you have these emotions that you feel and you hold it all in. And when you hold things in, for such a long time, I kind of think of it as like, like a bottle. Like it's like, let's say you have like a water bottle and you keep filling it up, filling it up, filling it up. And eventually, like when you put that next drop in it, it's going to overflow because it just can't hold anything else. Like it's too much in there. So that's kind of how our emotions are sometimes. Like we feel that they get filled up, and we don't pour them out. We don't talk about it. We don't express it. So eventually they come up, so fast that they just kind of explode. And I think you even kind of gave an example, maybe on Sunday about, shaking up a soda bottle or something like that, a soda can. And like when you shake it up, and then you open it, finally everything just kind of bursts out.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we learn how to communicate. And a lot of times, when I talk to people, they feel like expressing themselves, it like makes them weak, or it makes them like, like something's like wrong with them because I feel sad or I feel hurt or somebody hurt my feelings or something like that. So they think that I'm not supposed to feel like this because I'm supposed to be tough, or, I'm supposed to be able to like, deal with it. And so then they feel like they're just supposed to hold it all in because that makes them stronger. Yeah. And actually that's not true at all. When you express and you communicate, you empower yourself to be able to get your needs met and advocate for yourself. So communication is a very, very positive thing. And we all need to learn how to express ourselves better.
Is there a way that we can like practice that? Because I mean, I know that's kind of like not like a regular thing that we do. Like how can we practice that? Like what does it look like without being like, I guess not the word, not too forthcoming, but without being uncomfortable, I'll say.
That's a really good question. Okay. So some of us who are not maybe like open and, just kind of talking about our feelings all the time, a good way to start is privately, maybe by like journaling. That could be a great activity. Even young kids as early as 7 or 8 years old, as soon as you really can learn how to write, you can start writing your feelings out. And you can kind of start. So whatever you're going through at that particular time, maybe you just had a bad day, maybe you made a bad grade on the test or something like that, and you don't really want to talk about it, but maybe you can go home, you can take, like a little journal or a notebook, and you can just say like, I had a bad day today. I made a bad grade. I didn't study. Like, I want to do better next time. And then just write down whatever you're feeling. And the thing about it, nobody's going to laugh at you. Nobody's going to judge you. You're just writing out your feelings. And that's a safe and that's a healthy way to express yourself. And as you get more and more comfortable doing things like that, then maybe you might take it to the next step and you might actually share some of those feelings with someone else. But if you're not comfortable sharing with someone else right now, I understand that. That's okay. At least share, at least just get it out. So journaling is a good way to get it out. Also, too, praying. So we have somebody who's always listening to us, who is always there on our side, just waiting to hear what we have to say. He's always, and that is God, you guys. And you guys all know that we've been talking to you guys about God since y'all were little bitty babies. Use him. He's your father. He's there. He wants to help you. So whenever you have anything that you want to say, if you can't tell anybody else, tell it to God. And when you can start using those skills as a young person, when you grow up and you're an adult, you'll already know how to do it. You'll know how to pray. You'll know how to talk to God, because guess what? You've been practicing this since you were like 4 and 5 years old. So this is nothing new to you. And you have that constant tool that's always there with you. And that's something that a lot of people in the world don't have.
That's awesome. I thank you. I was just cheering for you for tying that in. But here's a question. I got to ask this, and we got a few minutes left. Like, and I talked about this a little bit Sunday. Like sometimes we think that God is not going to respond, kind of like if I went to Dr. Frazier and she's going to respond right back to me. Like, how important is it for a young person to develop that ear for God if we want to take that route as far as, well, we have to take that route as Christians, but take that route as far as bringing our cares to God. Like, how important is it to, I know you can speak on this, to just be patient and wait for God?
I think that is very important. A lot of us, you guys, we're impatient. We live like in a fast food, society where it's like, I'm asking for something and I want it right now. I don't want to have to wait. We live kind of in a microwave society, where everything is immediate and it's really fast. So sometimes like our culture, our environment is like that. We just don't want to wait. So I understand, y'all, we don't want to wait, but God, his time is different from our time. And we have to understand that. And also not only that, sometimes when you think that God is not answering you, maybe it's not that he's not answering you. Maybe it's just that you're not paying attention. There's things all around us every single day that God is trying to show us. There are things that he's trying to reveal to us. And if we can only open our eyes and see it, we will understand that sometimes he's answering our prayers right in front of us, and we just don't even realize it. And so in order for us to realize that and to understand what God is trying to say to us, we have to study, we have to understand him, we have to understand his word, and we have to understand how he speaks to us so that we don't miss it. And so, I think that we have to be patient and we have to open our eyes, look all around you. There's blessings every single day, you guys. Sometimes just simple things, like right now, just being able to just just breathe. That was a blessing. It's some people who they don't have that ability to do that.
They're on a ventilator or something like that.
They're on a ventilator right now with everything going on with COVID and different things like that. So just to be able to breathe, to be able to live, to be able to, connect with each other. Now, even we're not seeing each other, but we're connecting. We still have our church family. We still have our friends. And that sometimes God is sending us those people to be in our lives, to listen to us and to connect with us. And if we don't use them, if that's his way to help you and you don't use it, that's on you.
Amen. Well, Sister Deidre, this was awesome. I know we only spend a few minutes, but I know we can talk about this all day long, and you have a passion for this. I just want to thank you so much. And I know the youth are thanking you. Prayerfully, they can gain some more insight and some more habits around what we talked about tonight. Like I said, I'm just so thankful that you even wanted to participate in this. But I'm the type of person, I want to use all of our assets around the body, and you have a great asset. You got your own business where you do this for a living. Michael Dangerfield got one. So I want to use us all because I think this is so important, right? Emotions is something that I didn't grow up sharing my emotions, and I'm probably suffering for that now, but a lot of us didn't. So I think it's important that we start teaching our young people about sharing our emotions. So I just want to thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking some time out to talk with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. God bless you guys. I love y'all, and we're always here for you.
Amen. See you later. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, guys, I want to thank Sister Deidre once again for just her great words, her informative words and expert words on how we can deal with our emotions. Hopefully you gained something from it. Group me real quick. Once again, no meaning this week, but share one thing that stuck out to you that you can take away from Sister Deidre's message on this morning. I thank her once again. I love you guys. We'll continue to pray for you. God bless you. Brother Kraft out.